Joshua James McCoy. A 5-year-old Oregon boy whose mother said he vanished over the weekend while she was taking a nap has been found deceased, authorities said. The Coos County Sheriff's Office said the body of Joshua James McCoy was found in the afternoon of November 12, less than 2 miles from his home in Hauser, an unincorporated community that runs along Route 101 in Oregon. No other details were immediately released. Joshua, who officials said had autism and went by Josh or Joshi, was reported missing after sundown Saturday, November 9. His mom told officers that she and her son had both fallen asleep Saturday afternoon and that when she woke up at 5:30 p.m., Joshua was gone, according to the sheriff's office. Children on the autism spectrum tend to wander, or elope, from home and other safe places at a higher rate than their peers, according to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. The Child Protection Organization says children with autism may be drawn to dangerous environments such as bodies of water, construction sites, highways, and train tracks. In a statement that Tuesday evening, a sheriff's spokesman, Sergeant Christopher Gill, said that it is with immense sadness that we have to report that missing Joshua McCoy has been found deceased. Gill said that as part of the search, a pond on the property was drained and nothing of interest was located. The sheriff's office said in an update Monday evening that teams had been searching for Joshua using drones and K-9 units, among other resources. It also said it had requested additional assistance from state and federal agencies. Authorities did not answer questions about whether any charges were possible. The investigation is still ongoing, Gill said. The Humiston family. Deputies responded to multiple 911 calls Monday morning, October 26, reporting gunshots in Falls City, about 25 miles outside of Seattle, the King County Sheriff's Office said. An 11-year-old in Washington state fled home in the early morning hours to escape a shooting that left her bloodied and wounded, and unalived her entire family. Now, the girl's account, detailed in court documents, is giving a first glimpse into what unfolded. The 11-year-old recalled waking up Monday to the sound of gunshots. When she looked outside her bedroom door, she saw her father, Mark Humiston, with blood on his head and her 9-year-old brother with blood in his mouth, both laying on the floor of the hallway, according to court documents. When her 7-year-old sister walked out of their shared bedroom, the 11-year-old said she heard another gunshot before seeing her younger sister fall to the floor, the documents say. She told investigators the shooter then came to her bedroom and fired his weapon once, then twice, hitting her hand and neck. Despite the pain she felt from the bullet's impact, the 11-year-old told authorities she recognized the weapon. It was her father's silver Glock handgun. And she recognized the shooter too. It was her 15-year-old brother, she said. The 11-year-old recalled seeing her brother approaching the bodies of her other family members to see if they were alive, and pretending to play dead herself when he stood next to her bed. Authorities said their mother, Sarah Humiston, and their 13-year-old brother had been shot and killed elsewhere in the house. The girl told investigators she escaped through a fire window in her room after her brother left the room and she overheard him talking on the phone. She ran to a neighbor's home, where they called 911 just after 5 in the morning, to report the shooting and the 15-year-old as the shooter, court documents say. 7 minutes prior, the 15-year-old had called for help himself, sounding out of breath and stating he was hiding in a bathroom, according to court documents. He told a 911 operator his 13-year-old brother had killed their family and committed suicide, court documents say. The 13-year-old had been caught looking at pornography the night before, and he was about to get in a lot of trouble, the 15-year-old told the 911 operator, as a possible motive for the shooting. The 15-year-old was detained when authorities arrived at the home. On Thursday, he was charged in juvenile court with 5 counts of aggravated murder and 1 count of attempted murder with a firearm enhancement, according to court documents. Under Washington state law, a hearing is required and a judge's approval is needed before the case can be moved into adult court. In a hearing, prosecutors formally requested the teen's case to be moved to adult court, a process that typically takes months before a final decision is made. If found guilty and his case remains in juvenile court, he could be held until age 25 with no further sanctions, according to the King County Prosecuting Attorney's Office. If he's convicted and charged in an adult court, the teen could be sentenced to 25 years to life with a statutory presumption of release after 25 years. I would remind everyone that these are not proven facts, merely allegations, and the law presumes our client is innocent of these charges, Amy Parker, an attorney representing the teen, told CNN. We want the court to know that our client is a 15-year-old boy who enjoys mountain biking and fishing and has no criminal history. Investigators believe the 15-year-old systematically unalived his parents, two brothers and one of his sisters, attempted to unalive his 11-year-old sister, and staged the crime scene before first responders arrived, according to the court documents. The 11-year-old girl told a 911 operator her eldest brother had recently been in a lot of trouble for failing some tests at school, and later told investigators he was the only sibling who knew the combination to the lockbox where their father stored his firearm, court documents say. Since the shooting, the 11-year-old was taken to Harborview Medical Center in Seattle, but she has since been released, a hospital spokeswoman said. A local family member has stepped forward to care for the 11-year-old and the elder sibling, who remains in custody, King County Council member Sarah Perry said. At this time, I ask you to join me in holding all family members, the community, members of Lake Alice and Falls City, and others impacted by this terrible situation, in your heart with prayers of peace and healing, Perry said in a statement. Juan Antonio Alvarado Scenes, and Cecilia Robles Ochoa. A mom and dad unalived each other during a fight while their 11-year-old child played video games in a different room, Washington deputies said. The child discovered the parents after 6 at night on October 31, 2024 and called 911, the Cowlitz County Sheriff's Office said in a news release. Police responded to the Longview home and found Juan Antonio Alvarado Scenes, age 38, and Cecilia Robles Ochoa, age 39, deceased, deputies said. The child's father had been pierced by a knife multiple times in the chest, while the mother had been pierced by a knife and shot, deputies said. A gun and knife were found at the scene, according to deputies. The gun had been stolen from Alvarado Scenes' employer. Deputies said the married couple assaulted each other, but it's not clear who started the fight. The child had been wearing earbuds during the incident. Deputies also said the couple had made plans to separate before their deaths. Carissa Fretwell and Billy Fretwell. The bodies of an Oregon mother and her 3-year-old son have been recovered together, authorities said, weeks after they went missing and the little boy's father was arrested for murder. Carissa Fretwell, age 25, of West Salem, and her son William Fretwell, age 3, who went by Billy, were last seen on May 13, 2024, and relatives reported them missing on May 17, 2024, the Salem Police Department said. Billy's father, Michael John Wolf, age 52, of Gaston, Oregon, was arrested in May and charged with aggravated murder and kidnapping, police said. On Saturday, May 18th, searchers found the bodies of Carissa, Fretwell, and Billy in a heavily wooded and very remote area of Yamhill County, about 10 miles west of the city of Yamhill, according to a joint statement from the Yamhill County Sheriff's Office, Salem Police Department, and Yamhill County District Attorney. Carissa Fretwell passed away from a single gunshot to her head, authorities said, and the death was ruled a homicide. Billy's cause and manner of death are not yet known and require more testing to be determined. Billy's manner of death is expected to be a homicide. The bodies were found together and were hidden, Barry said. Carissa Fretwell and Billy were kidnapped the night of May 13th, Barry said. Investigators are confident the mother and son passed on by May 16th, Barry said. Authorities have not released any potential motive. Barry said Monday that there was no other person who had, as we could tell, anything to gain from Carissa Fretwell's death besides Wolf. Authorities have not ruled out the possibility of another suspect's involvement, Barry said. Wolf is married, said Barry, and Carissa Fretwell had sole custody of her son, according to the sheriff's office.